Okay, here we are, set up in the training area. I'm going to go through some basic abilities for a rogue. Start out with the spell book, go to the assassination page, and I'll explain some of the abilities. All rogues in Assassination Spec have an ability called Assassin's Resolve. While wielding daggers, your maximum energy increased by 20 and your melee damage increased by 20%. This is big. Okay. You have a finishing move which is called Cold Blood. You want to apply your biggest attack with 5 combo points with Cold Blood. It has a 2-minute countdown. So whenever Cold Blood is up, you want to apply your best finishing move, which is Envenom, with 5 combo points. Okay. So, moving down. Every time Vanish is up, and you want to hit it because it invokes a heightened state called Combat Readiness. Not combat readiness, but overkill. And with overkill, your damage is increased significantly. You have a lot more energy. So every time Vanish is up, you want to hit that. You go into the state. Notice the toolbar changes. I have different toolbar for my stealth mode. There's 2 different attacks you want to use. One is Ambush, the other is Garrote. Okay, if it's a normal enemy, especially if it's a caster, you want to Garrote them and cause damage over time. If it's a boss, you want to blow Ambush. It immediately applies 2 combo points, whereas Garrote only awards 1. So you want to ambush a boss. Get the immediate 357% damage to the target if it's a boss, and you have to be directly behind them. It does award 2 combo points. You want to do that every time Vanish is up. Next. Okay, let's come out of the stealth mode. Next, your main move that you're going to be applying, this is my thrown from my thrown weapon. If I have a bow or gun equipped, that's shoot in the number 1 position. That's I only use it when I'm doing single target pulls from a distance. That's the only time I use it. Okay, on my toolbar I have Throw, Mutilate, Envenom, Fan of Knives, Slice and Dice, Kidney Shot, Rupture, Vendetta, Backstab, Evasion, Feint, and Expose Armor. I use the abilities fairly much in that order. Expose Armor I rarely use unless it is against a target where Expose Armor actually works on them. Possibly clearing trash, I might hit Expose Armor with a couple of combo points and to help out the rest of the DPS. If I'm getting a lot of undue attention, of course, I hit Feint and Evasion together to try to get some damage mitigation from those. I use Smoke Bomb sparingly. As far as I'm considered, it's mostly a PvP thing nowadays. In the combat tree, Backstab is very, very important. It causes 260% weapon damage and applies a combo point. So it might not seem like very much, but this is very big. If you are directly behind the target and you're backstabbing instead of mutilating, let me show you the difference up here. Where's mutilate? Okay, mutilate attacks with both weapons for 233% plus an additional 561 with each weapon, awards 5 combo points. That's pretty big. Backstab only causes 260%, so you might be asking, why use backstab? Well, here's the reason why. In my talent tree, I have what's called opportunity. Increases damage dealt with your backstab, mutilate, garrote, and ambush abilities by 30%. That is really big. Okay, the next reason why you want to use backstab, and you only use it with an enemy that is below 35% health. Okay, here's the reason why. In my talent tree, I have murderous intent, which says when you backstab an enemy that is below 35% health, you instantly recover 30% energy. This is big. If you're backstabbing a target, you're constantly refreshing energy, which means that you do not have to wait for the next moves for your energy to refresh. It's constantly refreshing energy, which is really big. Okay? Now, those are some of the basic attacks that I use. And here's a basic rotation. I start out stealthed. Oops, I hit the wrong button. That's alright. I start out stealthed, and I either attack first with ambush if it's a boss, gives me 2 combo points, or if it's like a caster, I start out with garrote because it silences for up to 8 seconds, depending on your talent tree. So I either hit with ambush or garrote. Most of the times I don't worry about silencing the target unless I'm doing single target DPS, soloing. So I'll start out with ambush to get the extra damage plus the 2 combo points. Okay, immediately after hitting ambush, you'll come out of stealth and you'll want to start spamming mutilate non-stop. Okay, when I'm attacking a boss, I have my finger on the number 2 key, and I'm just spamming the heck out of it non-stop, and I'm roaming around here with my mouse pointer, and you can see me moving the mouse from point to point, and I'm choosing which other spell I'm going to hit. Now, I have this moved over here because I was fishing, so I wanted to have my fishing available, so I'll put that back where it normally is. Okay, if you are getting hit by a lot of damage, you want to do a 5-point recuperate. Okay, this is big. It helps return your health in relation to doing more DPS. It will help you. Also, if you're taking a lot of damage, you want to hit combat readiness. It will this is for melee attacks mostly. If you're receiving a lot of melee damage, you can hit combat readiness and sometimes survive heavy fights. Okay, so I have my finger on the number 2 key, just pressing it non-stop. The rest of the time, I'll go through a simple rotation. Okay, I'm hitting. You see my combo points refresh really fast. And it wants me to hit another of keys, so it's not doing anything. If you just keep hitting the number 2 key, you're not going to do a whole lot because it wants you to do something else. So you spend those combo points when they come up. You can see by my add-on up here, it tells me what spell I want to hit before I hit it. In this section, this is the mutilate add-on you can get from Curse or whatever. It'll tell you the next spell that's coming up. Okay, and you just saw there that vanish is up, and it's telling me that I want to use that, so I hit vanish. And the number 2 key is also my assassination, so I just keep spamming the number 2 key. That's all I do. And it's telling me which spell is next, okay, which is rupture. Keep spamming. Mutilate. The next one's going to be envenom. Excuse me. And I just keep spamming the number 2. That's all I'm doing. And the next move is rupture. Keep mutilating. Next move with 5 combo points, it wants me to envenom. Envenom is up. Spend it. Get some combo points. Rupture. And as you notice down here, slice and dice, after I initially apply it, because of my talent tree, is continuously reapplying. The only thing that I have to reapply is rupture when it's up. And I spend anywhere from 2 to 4 combo points on rupture. Don't worry about it. Whenever it's up, I reapply it. No, it doesn't look like I'm doing a ton of DPS, and this is a simplified version of my actual rotation that I use. It's a little more complex. And obviously I'm moving around. I use my mouse to move around, so I can also choose the other attacks real quickly with my mouse as I'm moving around. It's real simple. You can probably hear me clicking the number 2 key, just back to back. I know envenom's next, so I'll be waiting with my finger on the number 3 key. Envenom's next. Rupture's next. Venom's next. 3 combo points. Fine. Spend it. Now I want you to notice something else. Because of my talent tree, crippling poison is being applied constantly. Because of the way I have things that I have in my talents, you'll also notice that deadly poison almost has 5 points in deadly poison continuously. It never really drops that far until I hit envenom, and almost immediately I have 5 points, as you can see, from envenom, or in deadly poison rather. Excuse me. So it's fairly simple. You're just pushing the number 2 key when rupture is up, and oh, by the way, what makes those keys light up, that's the add-on spell flash. If you don't have it, it's nice. Gives you a visual cue. Oh, wait a minute, idiot, you know, you need to hit this key, you know, as if I didn't already know. Okay, over here to the side you'll see I have a number of options. I've got all 3 or 4 of my major cooldowns available, and the mutilate add-on will show you that. So the first one you want to spend always, regardless of what you're doing, you want to use Tricks of the Trade, and I have it keyed to my my key that's right next to my number 1 key. So all I do is hit that, and you can see it's active. I'm gonna put it on myself. I don't know if it even worked, but anyway. So you want to keep Tricks of the Trade active, and I know that it's up because this little indicator right here tells me. That's all I need to worry about. I have a few other spell timers, so I can have a real-time representation of how long my spells are up. I know that they've got so many seconds, and I can see by the bar exactly how long each one of them have left. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do after you notice that Vendetta's up, you want to keep that sucker active 100% of the time. Get a vanish. Okay, I need to get slice and dice up. I probably won't need to reapply slice and dice for a long time. It refreshes. Because of my talent tree, I don't have to reapply it. 5 points, boom. And this little add-on right here that you see down here with these, this is my combo point representation. And this is my energy bar, so I can tell how my energy bar is refreshing. The only reason why slice and dice fell off is because I wasn't spamming mutilate. Okay, venom. See how quickly the combo points refresh if you just keep spamming and venom. And you don't want to wait around to hit the key. Because of the lag in the UI, you're going to be wasting valuable time if you don't constantly spam it to get your next attack. Anyone that's done any DPS knows that you have to constantly spam your major attack button to get that DPS that's as high as you can get it. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm doing a lot of DPS. You know, sometimes I go as high as 2600 on the DPS chart over here. But this isn't an accurate representation. This is a dummy. I'm not using backstab. I can't get the dummy health below 100%. So the representation as far as my DPS is not accurate at all. This is just a representation of the constant rotation. What you need to be hitting. Okay, cold blood's up. Get 5 combo points. And when you hit cold blood, it immediately evokes Envenom, by the way. Don't wait. Hit cold blood and then immediately follow it by Envenom, because it'll be up immediately. Okay, that's important. Do not waste time hitting those two buttons. You hit cold blood, then Envenom back to back, because it automatically refreshes it immediately. And if I were fighting a boss, this is somewhat the rotation I would use. When I'm doing single target, I vary it just a little bit. You're mainly going to do a 2-target rotation on single targets. Hit Rupture anytime you can. Hit Vendetta anytime you can, whenever it's up. But if you're going to be moving around, there's only really 2 buttons you're going to be hitting. And that's Mutilate and Envenom. If you're moving around a lot, you don't have time to worry about all of the other attacks you have. So don't worry about DPS so much as surviving and getting the attacks in that you can. Okay, because of an ability I have in my talent tree, I am constantly reapplying crippling poison. You see it down here? Well, I don't have crippling poison on any of my weapons. I'm going to back off the attack and show you basically what I have. Okay, on my and I'll go through my weapons a little bit. I have 2 1.4 daggers, as you can see. Main hand, I have instant poison, offhand deadly poison, thrown weapon deadly poison. I don't have any crippling poison anywhere on my weapons. But because of one of my talents, oops, wrong thingy, my bad. Okay, here we have my talent tree open, and you'll see I have a few talents that are non-traditional, and I'll explain them. Most rogues do not have any points in deadly momentum. I think this is stupid. They have to constantly be hitting the slice and dice. As you noticed, I rarely had to hit it. The only time I had to refresh slice and dice is when I stopped mashing the mutilate key. Okay. So after killing an opponent that yields experience honor, you have 50% to increase the critical strike chance, and to refresh your slice and dice or recuperate abilities. That's really important, especially when you're moving from target to target. You don't have to refresh it. The next ability that I have is Deadly Brew, 2 points. When you apply instant wound or mind-numbing poison to a target, and I always have instant poison on my main hand, regardless of what else I'm doing, you have a 100% chance to apply crippling poison, and you don't even need to have it in your bag. That's big. Okay? So that's a basic overview of a rotation that I use. It's fairly simple. I have my throne as my number 1 key. My tricks of the trade is the key right next to the number 1. That's the key right next to my 1 key. I have throne, mutilate, envenom. Fan of knives I only use in high multiple target situations. Slice and dice. Kidney shot to silence the target. And one thing I want to really stress is that a rogue needs to have kick really available, and I have it key, to the W key. It's right under the number 2 key, and all I have to do is to move my hand just a little bit to hit kick. I mean, I just move my finger that I have on mutilate just slightly down, and I can kick in an instant. I also have a few other keys tied. Right now it looks kind of weird because I have 2 stealth keys. Normally this key is something else. Actually, this is a macro key that I have to one of my macro attacks. So I'm not going to show you what that does, and I'm not going to show you the macro. Okay. So I have my stealth to the number T key. I know whenever I get into a fix, I can stealth. I have vanish to the V key, which is fairly appropriate. My cloak of shadows, if there's a lot of shadow damage, I invoke cloak of shadows immediately. Sprint I have to the key right above the shift key. It's a fairly large key. It's twice the normal size key on my keyboard, and I just have to whip up there real quick and punch that, and I'm sprinting wherever I want to go. That's basically what I've got for a keyboard. If I want a little extra attack power, I use a potion of Tovir, increasing agility by 1200 for 25 seconds. I use that one time, and I use it not right at the beginning, but after I evoke, after the target gets below 35% is when I hit that on a boss, because that's when I'm backstabbing, and I hit it when Vendetta is active as well, and that really shoots your DPS really high at the end of a fight. That's why rogues go 50k DPS. They're either using Potion of Tovir at that point or some kind of speed potion. And I do have Potion of Speed, increasing haste. I don't have a lot of them on me right now, but that's okay. So I use that sometimes, the Potion of Haste, but you can either only use one or the other during a boss fight. You can use Potion of Speed or Potion of Tovir. You can't use both of them. So I choose to use Potion of Tovir. I think it gives you a real bonus in your DPS when you're evoking the other abilities like Vendetta and backstabbing below 35%. Okay, it sounds complicated, but you'll fall in love with it because of the simplicity of spamming the number 2 key and the number 3 key. And once again, I'll show you when I hit Vanish. If you have Ambush key to the number 2 key, you never have to stop spamming it. Okay? You never have to stop spamming it, because you go immediately into this, you hit Vanish, and then obviously you hit that and you're back in the normal mode with your regular attacks. And keep attacking. Vendetta's up. 5 combos and Venom. 4 combos and Venom. You want to do a 4 combo of Venom too. You don't want to waste the tick, because you're actually wasting a combo point if you hit Mutilate with 4 combo points. Okay, 4 combo points and Venom. Okay, it's all about timing, and to get the really high DPS, you want to watch the spell timers over here. You want to watch your Mutilate, and you can move this Mutilate interface around. This is Slice Admiral right here. That's what this data is. These little bars down here is from Quartz. These bars over here are from Forte or Ford or Forte, whatever. The bar up here, I didn't show you this bar up here, but I can look up quickly to the bar I have, and you can move this anywhere on your display. I have it way high, so I'm not looking at it all the time. If I'm curious if a certain spell is going to be up soon, I look up at the top bar, and normally you don't have all that red crap in front of it, and I can see that Cold Blood has quite a while, so I won't worry about applying it. You can look at your long spell timers. I look up and I see Vendetta is going to be up pretty soon. Cold Blood is going to be up before Vendetta, but I'm going to wait until Vendetta before I apply that Cold Blood so I can get the maximum use out of it. Okay, that's just one thing that those spell timers do for you. Alright, I look up and I see my next one that I have coming is Vanish, so I'll be ready for Vanish when it comes up. There's nothing special. All I have to do is hit the key. Once again, you can see the spell timer down there working as well. Okay, Vanish is up. I don't even stop spamming the number 2 key. Rupture is up. So it's really simple. Because you have Ambush and Mutilate, the same key, you don't even have to stop spamming it. Okay? That's big. That's really big. So that's basic overview. I'll conclude the video here. If you have any questions, please contact me 24/7, eva@evaus.net. Talk to you later.